Well, the decision to go green was fairly easy. We were naturally drawn to having the vineyard and the winery organic to start with. I mean, for us, for years and years, we've been very nature-oriented. So for us to be in that same approach was a natural thing to do. So the decision was not that difficult. Then the part of going off-grid with the winery, it started as almost a financial aspect to the approach. Hydro One wanted an arm and a leg to bring the power from behind the house to the winery, and we decided to investigate the solar technology to see how it compared. There was a small amount in difference between the two approaches, and we decided to go solar. With the extra cost was actually can be construed as a perfect expense in marketing, because the fact that we're off-grid and a green winery has attracted a whole lot of customers for us.
Once we made the decision to go green, we had been to a seminar, as a matter of fact, somebody who was selling backup systems, and at the time that's what we were looking at, something for the house. So when we decided to go solar, we went back to that same company, and the engineer came to the house, spent a half a day with us looking at what our needs were, and he says, given what you told me, I can sell you a system this big, or we can talk about ways to save energy, and I can sell you a smaller system. And I think that's the important thing when it comes to looking for a provider, is finding somebody who will help you make those decisions, isn't trying to sell you a great big system, knows exactly what you need, and the system he sold us is adequate for our needs.
And if I may add to this, you have to have somebody who understands the technology, somebody who's not just trying to sell you bits and parts and systems. The fact that that company was very knowledgeable, very experienced in the solar energy, enabled them to look at our requirements as a winery and then customize a system just tailored for that application. No excess. I mean, we're not producing too much electricity, and we're not producing not enough electricity. We're producing just enough for what our application requires, and that's very important. The simplest action we took to have a green business was simply follow our instincts. As I said previously, we were already inclined in being very friendly with nature, and because we were thinking of going organic in the vineyard and in the winery, the rest of the elements that have now become part of our sustainable approach simply fell into place. It was too simple. All we had to do is just be who we are.
Well, it's more than technology, actually, because as I said, we're using renewable resources in our packaging and things. Beyond the technology of the solar system that we have, we've also chosen to be green in many other ways, and that's mostly in our packaging. We use natural corks, which are a renewable resource. For bags, when people purchase something, we just use the ordinary craft bags with a rubber stamp with our logo on it. And in place of using cardboard boxes, we have reusable 6-bottle bags that we provide to our customers. So I think in many ways we're trying to use products that are renewable.
And we even cycle between the house and the winery. I mean,
on our bicycles.
We want to be able to come back from the house to the winery fairly quickly for the customers. And I mean, there's no way we're going to use a car, burn gas for nothing. And because we want to be there quicker, we cycle. And the clients say that it's very European in look. If I was to advise anybody about going green, The only thing I can say is if you want to have alternative power sources for your application, do find a reputable company, somebody who understands the technology properly, and as a result will be able to advise you correctly. It's amazing how many companies are out there only to sell bits and pieces, and they have no idea what the technology is all about. And you can be misled very easily and spend a very large amount of money before you realize that you've been guided up the garden path. So yeah, you have to deal with somebody who knows their business. The rest, well, I think it's fairly simple. If you're in farming and you want to be organic, it's a decision that you want to make, whether you're going to use synthetic chemicals or elemental natural ingredients. The first one will kill everything they touch, the others they won't. And then Mother Nature will be very happy to have you organic. So that's about the parting words I have.
Make sure you have someone that'll give you good follow-up support, and that's something that we have from the company that we got our system from, because we've run across other people recently who put in solar systems and they've had problems with them, they've gone down, they aren't working, and they have no support.